So you've made it this far. Not bad, viewer, but I'm not letting anyone leave my channel. Everyone's gonna subscribe. So today, I'm gonna make a video that I've wanted to make since I started this channel. I feel like every Resident Evil YouTuber should have one or do an update every year or so. And that's my collection, man. I want to share my collection, my games, my books, my figures, everything I got. And I plan on updating it fairly regularly. When I get a lot of stuff, I'll put another video out with all the updated stuff. All right, let's start with books. All right, so I got Resident Evil Genesis. This is actually the novelization of the very first Paul W.S. Anderson live-action movie. That's the only one I have of the novelization of those movies. Alright, and then I've got the S.T. Perry novels. I got Zero Hour. I actually just picked this one up from a secondhand bookstore. I haven't read it yet. This is the only one I have not read. This is the only one I didn't get as a kid. So I'm excited. I'm going to check that out soon. These other ones, though, I've got the Umbrella Conspiracy, the first one. I read these ones back and forth like crazy. I read them so much, that's why they kind of beat up me, because I take them back and forth to school, walk around with them. I read these so much. Wow, this one's crazy. Calvin Cove. I read that. I guess I kept that around a lot. No, what's number 3? Where's number 3? Where's number 3? Oh, I just had them backwards. Calvin Cove is second, and then City of the Dead is third. And then fourth is Underworld. Very cool. And then Nemesis. Doesn't like Nemesis. And then Code Veronica. Yes. I wish S.T. Perry would keep going. Keep going after Code Veronica. I would love that. That'd be sweet. Alright, now it's time for comic books. And actually, this is the first issue of the Resident Evil manga. What do I name this? The Mershawa Desire? So yeah, I have the first one. I have the second one, but it's at work right now because I read them on my lunch breaks. I only had the first 2 of those, but I plan on picking them up. They're currently still on Amazon. Okay, and so I'll kind of just go through these ones real quick. It's the Resident Evil series that came out, oh man, like 2005 maybe? I can't remember. No, 2005. 2009, excuse me. And these were okay. They just followed some BSA agents that, weren't Chris and Sheva. It was pretty good, though. I enjoyed it for what it was. They were fun. I have all first printings. Very cool. Alright, and these are older. I really don't know when these ones came out. I only have issue 1 and issue 4. Does it have a date on it? No, these are Resident Evil Fire and Ice from Wildstorm Comics. I only have issues 1 and issues 4. Those are the only ones that I could really get my hands on, which is a real disappointment. I wish I could have got 2 and 3. I know they take, when you put them together, you can't really tell because of this, but they make one big long image. Sorry, my fancy lights getting in the way. Make one big long image, but maybe one day, maybe I'll find 2 and 3. But I actually have, I've read it all because I have the trade paperback of Fire and Ice. This is pretty crazy, so it's okay. It's fun. It's just fun. And then I got the Resident Evil Archives. This isn't really a comic book, but I don't really know where to put this, right? But I've only got volume 1 of the Archives. I've been reading through this for video ideas. This is a good place to talk about things, and it just kind of breaks down everything from the first few games. It's pretty cool. If you don't pick this up, I highly recommend it. Alright, so let me move on to strategy guides. This is old as hell. It's the original director's cut guide. Obviously, I had these as a kid, and I wish I would have treated them better, but what can you do? This is still intact in the back though, so it's like the different routes you can take and stuff like that. Cutscene A, things like that, so kind of comes out a little bit, so it's pretty cool. It's not like ripped or anything, but it's folded pretty bad, so and then of course we skip ahead because I didn't really get any other ones until Outbreak. So I've actually got Outbreak File 1 and File 2, both the guides for that, and these games were difficult, and I definitely used these a lot when we were playing the game. Me and a buddy, Showtime, if you watch the Noto channel, Nerds of the Apocalypse, We used to, when the hard drives first came out, not the hard drive, but the network for PS2, we would go online. We'd hook up right next to each other and go online and find the same rooms and play together and just ignore the other two people that joined with us. It's funny. So Operation Raccoon City, you know, it is what it is. You know, I wish that game was more. I still enjoyed it, but I don't really like non-canon experiences. It's just not really my thing. I don't know. And then Code Veronica X. I actually recently just picked this up at a used game store. The guy that runs it actually gave it to me because he was like, look man, it's got a little rip in the top, you can have it. He's shrink wrapping himself, but he was like, you know what man, you're the Resident Evil fanboy that always comes through here, so you can have the Code Veronica X strategy guide. So I really appreciate that. And I've had this one for a while. I got it when the game first came out. Bought the game in the guide, basic Resident Evil 5 strat guide. And then I actually found this recently at Second and Charles. I don't know if you guys know that store or not. Secondhand bookstore. It's Resident Evil 6, the hardcover. I was actually, I mean, it's missing the sleeve, but it's actually in fairly good condition. So, you know, I haven't really looked through it yet. I mean, let's be honest, 6 is probably the one we've all played through the least. So, but I was just excited to have the hardback collector's edition in my collection. Alright, so now we'll move on to movies. And I'm actually really disappointed because I had some DVDs, but they weren't on my shelf back there. This is like my Resident Evil shelf, and I can't find them. So, if I do an update video, when I do an update video, and I find them, I'll add them to it. But right now I got some Blu-rays, Resident Evil Degeneration. Very cool. Probably my favorite of the animated. Resident Evil Damnation. Alright. I do not have the newest one physically. I have it digitally, but I do plan on getting it. Alright, and we gotta get through this, you guys. I do have the Paul Anderson movies. Apocalypse, definitely my favorite, for sure. Extinction, and then I have a sealed Afterlife that I actually never opened up and watched. And that's it. I don't have the last two. They're out on 4K, so I'll probably pick them up on 4K to watch on my 1X. But those are my movies. For the figures, I thought this would be a little bit easier because I've got them kind of set up and stuff, so we're just going to pan across this way. Of course, we got our Tyrant Pop, Creme de la Creme. We got the Jill Valentine Pop, the Liquor, and then we come kind of pan across here. And we got Chris versus Hunter. And in the back there, let's see. That's right, we have Basic Zombie and Forest Zombie. And then we have Transformed Mr. X. And then Code Veronica Claire. And then Birkin with Leon. I thought that was a funny get up. His head fit perfectly into Birkin's hand. So I was like, let's set that up. They're pretty cool. Alright, and then down here, kind of have Sheva and Ada, a little disproportionate because they're two different toy lines. There's Sheva Elmore and Ada Wong from Resident Evil 4, Sheva from Resident Evil 5. And there's Resident Evil Gaiden. I'll show you that during my games, or I've already shown you that from my games. And then of course I got some patches. Oh, and up here in the corner, it's Jack Krauser. Yeah, Jack Krauser. Those are my figures. They also have every expansion to the Resident Evil deck building game. It's a lot of fun. Everything's actually only all in one box. It all fits in one box. But I kind of have the box on display because I really like the way they look. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of a basic deck building game, but me and my friends play it. We have a great time. All right, the most important part, the games. Let's talk about the games. Okay, so this is kind of embarrassing, you guys. For the original game, you know, before the remake, this is the only version that I have, is the director's cut. I know, like, it sits on my shoulders that I don't have the original, that's not the director's cut, that doesn't have the ridiculous music. I go on eBay all the time trying to find the perfect one, and I'm never like, there's never one that I'm okay with, so I don't know. It's really expensive now, so I'm gonna get one. I'm going to get one, and I promise you, when I do, there will be a collection update. All right, so definitely my all-time favorite game ever, not alone just in the series, Resident Evil 2. This is the one with the went apart in the movie that never got made. I believe that was the George A. Romero movie, which was the part was 4. But yeah, this is the original Black Label. Got some cracks, got some wear and tear for sure. But this is the one. This is number 1. It's not DualShock or anything. The original red discs, like, yeah, my favorite for sure. All right, Resident Evil 3. If you've heard me talk about this, I've talked about this on the Nerds of the Apocalypse Twitch channel when I stream there. This is the one I had to work for. I worked so hard to get this. This is definitely the one that means the most to me because of the amount of yards I had to cut to save up the money to get it. Yeah, so this is definitely, I mean, it's much more difficult than 2, but this one's my heart. This one's my heart. Resident Evil Survivor on the PlayStation. You know, obviously not the best, but definitely one of the best stories. Like, if you actually pay attention to what goes on in this game, it's really creepy and crazy. It's nuts. Maybe I'll probably stream it one day. I'll go through the whole series. All right, so I recently picked this up. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw it. Dino Crisis. It's not in the original case, but it does have the demo to Resident Evil 3 in it. So I was very excited to find a copy like that. I just need to now. I think I'm gonna go through my old PlayStation cases and find like a double disc case for the game I don't care that much about and kind of swap them out. All right, and then on of course, you know, Dino. I mean, I picked the reason why Dino Crisis. It's the same. You know, it's not the same, but it's the same. It's the same. So moving on to Dreamcast, the good old Dreamcast. Can't go wrong with a good old copy of Code Veronica. Love this game. I love the VMU, the Virtual Memory Unit, that showed the status, like the fine and the caution. Like, that was just so amazing. I don't know why. I loved it. And then I got Dino Crisis on the Dreamcast as well. But you know, it's the PlayStation. So let's move. What we got? All right. So PS2. Let's do some PS2 games. So on the PS2. So on PS2 we got Resident Evil Code Veronica X, and yep, there it is. Even have a Wesker's report that came with it. Awesome. That's right. And it actually, oh, you know what? This actually has a demo to Devil May Cry. I forgot it came with that too. This box barely got open. It's a demo. This is the demo to Devil May Cry as well. Alright, so Outbreak File 1. Well, I mean, it's not Lego's File, it's just Outbreak. Again, we talked about that earlier. We went over the guides. Love this game. So much fun. And then File 2. Picked them. I think I picked them both up at the same time, actually. File 2. File 2, very cool. Of course, Dead Aim. I actually played this with the gun cons. Very good with the gun cons. Very good with the gun cons. The controller, you know, it's hard to use gun cons now because everybody's got flat screens and you need the tube TV. But if you have a tube TV, get a hold of some gun cons, get a hold of this game. It's a really good experience. I don't have a tube TV anymore. But, you know, they're one trip to Goodwill away. You know what I mean? And I still have the gun con somewhere. All right, of course, you know, Resident Evil 4 on the PS2. It had the extra stuff. The Ada, oh my gosh, I can't remember. The Ada stuff was different in this one. It was extended. It was more. It wasn't just like the small thing it was in the GameCube version. There's much better story. It had Wesker stuff in it on this one. Very cool. And then, you know, again, you know, we ordered the Dino stuff. Dino Stalker. It's very much like the Dead Aim. It's, you know, it's Dino Crisis, but with the gun con. So I had to include this. I keep this in the collection just because I feel like I have to. You know, I feel like it's still part of the same group. What's next? All right, so next is GameCube. Actually, we have GameCube. We got Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil 0. Very cool. Underrated, I believe. underrated game. I like this a lot. You know, this is the whole reason why I got a GameCube in the first place. Probably the best survival horror game ever made. Resident Evil Remake. This is good. This is good stuff. You know, Resident Evil 2 is still on the PlayStation, still my favorite game. But this is perfection. They nailed it with that. Hopefully, the Resident Evil 2 remake will be perfection. So, but then I have a lot of the other ones on GameCube. Resident Evil 2, they look way better. The graphics, and I believe this one also added, or was it the N64 one? I can't remember which one of these added the files, the X files, the EX files. It might have just been the N64 version, which I don't have, unfortunately. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, got that. Just you know, I got these one to have in the collection, but also for the upscale graphics back in the day. Resident Evil 4, of course, you know, this is only for, you know, PS2, but this came out, redefined the series. Definitely not my favorite. You know, you had to get used to it. I probably like 5 a lot better than I like this. Don't hate me. I really enjoy 5. But I still love this game. It's still a lot of fun. And I've played through it so many times. Alright, so next up is the Wii. Let's just go with Wii. Just got a couple games on the Wii. Well, we'll just do this again. Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. This is a lot of fun to use with the wand and the nunchuck. I enjoyed using that to play through it. There's a different way to play it. I played through it once on the Wii as well. And then Umbrella Chronicles. This is a lot of fun. I don't think I ever actually finished it. I need to go back and play through this. I actually have the double pack on the PS3 downloaded on the PS3 because it didn't get released in the States. And I have the little shooters. So I think I'm going to play through it with my daughter. I think she'd enjoy that. I think we're going to do that. It has both Umbrella and Darkside. I keep looking for Darkside Chronicles, like in GameStop and stuff, but I haven't found it yet. I haven't found one with the original case. I'm not going to get a printed case. That's not what I'm about. Alright, so let's go do 3DS next. Let's see, we got the Mercenaries. It's okay. Probably my least favorite game. I haven't really played this that much. This was really just a purchase to put in the collection, just because, you know, it's just the Mercenaries minigame. I mean, I have fun with it, but I only played it a little bit. So, and I bought it secondhand, and you can't wipe it. That really bummed me out. I got it secondhand. I didn't pick it up when it first came out, and you couldn't wipe it. I had to play somebody else's stuff like that. That was a big bummer. And then I got Resident Evil Revelations. This game was ridiculous when it came out to be running on the 3DS. It was nuts. I even bought the thing that connected to the 3DS that had the second joystick. I do have the, see if we can get up close there, the misspelled version, where they misspelled Revelations. So that was pretty cool. All right, oh no, 360. Let's move on to 360. 360. I actually don't have any PS3 games at all for that. Just 360. So Operation Raccoon City Collector's Edition. Say what you will. I picked this up. I played it. It was really difficult. I can't remember what the Collector's Edition actually has as part of it. Oh yeah, it's got the stuff here, the badges. So it's not too bad. And some downloadable content that I don't even know if I used it. I might not have used it. Wow. See, there you go. That's how much I played this damn thing. It was just kind of a letdown. It was very difficult too. I didn't have anybody to play with. So, yeah, I still have a 360 if you guys want to hit me up. Alright, and then I got Resident Evil Revelations on the 360. You know, I don't know if I played this one that much on the 360. I played it a little bit, but I ended up getting the HD version on the PC, and I don't think I played it that much. I played the one on the PC. So, we got the collector's edition of Resident Evil 5. I have all the bits and pieces of this somewhere. The gun broke off Chris, so that's disappointing, so I'm kind of trying to look for one secondhand so I can get that back. Resident Evil 6 on the 360. I was very excited about this game when they announced it. You know, I played through it with my buddy Showtime. You know, it's got both the discs here. I played through it both the discs here. I played through it with buddy Showtime over at Nerds of the Apocalypse, and played through it once, and that was it. Let's do Xbox One. Alright, so yeah, I just kind of rebought everything on the Xbox One. You know, we got Resident Evil 4, you know, because they were remastered in HD, so I loved it. Resident Evil 5, and this came with all the extra content, which I didn't think I bought on the 360. Maybe, no, I did buy it on the 360. I did have it on the 360. Resident Evil 6, with all its extra content as well. Very cool. And then Resident Evil 7, of course. That one's not here either because it's currently in the console because I was streaming it. Resident Evil 7. Alright, and then, of course, I actually bought this first before I bought the one on Xbox One. I just got the one on Xbox One to try on the One X because it got the 4K assets back. But this one is the one I bought on launch day. Played it with the VR. One of the best VR experiences I've ever had. One of the best Resident Evil experiences I've ever had. This in VR, you have to play this in VR. This is ridiculously good in VR. I loved every minute in VR. Played through the whole game. And of course, you can't forget about this gem, Resident Evil Gaiden. Yeah, I picked this up out of a whim one day just to try it out at a GameStop, and I've had it ever since. It's not new or in the box or anything, but it's fun. You knock it out in a couple hours on a Game Boy. You know, obviously it's not canon by the way it ends, but you know some of the plot lines were used in later games. You know, well, I guess just the big boats and stuff like that. Resident Evil has a thing for big boats. Have you noticed that? They have a big thing for big boats. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that too. You can't forget about little old Resident Evil Gaiden. Alright, and that's my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will definitely do updates when I get new stuff. I probably won't do everything all over again. I'll just kind of go over the things that I got and link back to this video, so it's kind of like an add-on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's kind of small. It's not the biggest collection out there, but most of the items I remember getting them, and they mean a lot to me. So I appreciate you guys going through this. What's your favorite item in your Resident Evil collection? What was your favorite item out of mine? What don't I have that you think I should have? I know there's a lot of stuff that I like to get. I mean, Revelations 2. I have a lot of digital content, but I like to get like Revelations 2 and stuff all on hard disk. Like I have the upscaled versions of the remake and Zero all on digital. But I'd like to buy them just to have them on disc to add to the collection. So, what do you want to get? Like, what's something that you got your eyes on? I'd like to know. It'd be fun to talk about. All right, as usual, please like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified when I get another video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stevie B out.